dedication to our much loved and much missed Trustee Bill Tupman. We have a plaque here which is remembering him, and I think it's fitting that it's in this location. I first met Bill when we recruited him onto the board of trustees, in that first burst of youth that we had as a trust back in 2016. And from then on, it's my delight to consider him as a friend. We went on to work together on a number of occasions, which I'll say a little bit more about. I will only take a couple of minutes to do this. But he was a real inspiration and a driving force behind the early development and the continuing growth of the Trust and what we were seeking to achieve. Today, it's been said before, but let me just repeat it. This is a real milestone in the growth and development of the museum. It represents the culmination of years and years of work, much of it by the people that are in this room. And Bill was a key element of establishing the vision of what we were seeking to achieve, but also making sure that we moved towards that. We didn't forget what we were attempting to do. And having a public space that opens up the collection to people who can visit, people who can literally get their hands on. All the officers in the room have had their fingerprints taken. If you want to have a go, you can certainly have a go at doing that. Bill was very keen on the digitisation of the collection as well, and that was a particular project that he was leading. Always struck me as a certain irony, because it wasn't necessarily the best with the digital world that we were using it. I'd have to say that one of the pieces of work I did with him was being part of an online course that he was running with the university, and we had multiple people on the sort of Zoom types call, and if it was you're on mute, Bill, you're still on mute, Bill. That was one of the things that we had to kind of remind him of fairly often. A much larger than life character you're unlikely to come across. Very bright. You know, he would have liked my shirt, and I know some of you do as well. But he would have liked that because it was part of his personality. Part of his personality to be bold, to be seen, and to be there. And not a small amount controversial as well in terms of the views sometimes that he put forward. But controversial in the sense of thought-provoking. You know, a true academic mind, sharp, incisive, but always wanting to learn. So whenever he met any one of us, he was as curious as a child in wanting to know what we were doing and what our thoughts were on a whole range of subjects. So a better trustee for a heritage museum I could not possibly imagine. And he is much missed by all of us. You say, what do you kind of keep under a custodian helmet? It's called a custodian helmet, which you didn't have in Scotland. So when I came here in 2013, I made sure stores gave me one. This isn't actually my one. What do you keep under it? Well, Bill would be delighted, because that's what we also keep under. If you're out there on the beat in this, you know, it gets a bit, you know, it gets dehydrated. So, yes, nice pint of relay on that would also be close to Bill's heart, it has to be said. You know, a lot of the stories you have about him are enjoying a pint and a discussion. So I'd like you all to join me in just remembering Bill, remembering what he meant to us, remember what he meant to the museum. And I will ask you, if you wish, if anyone wants to add to any of the words I've said, you can. If you feel you don't want to, that's fine. I will just close for us. But for just the next 10 seconds or so, just in your own way, remember our dear friend, colleague, and father, Bill Tupman. Here's to you, Bill.
Cheers.